I don't know why I didn't run this last game. And it's a struggle. But like if I played Jern week 1, I would have lost by like 40.
Oh, God.
Like, it would have been so bad.
I didn't play like I think like the last like 5 weeks of last season, and then I was in the playoffs, obviously. But it was nice because I feel like I can't tell if I've come back rusty or if I've come back in a better mindset. It's probably a combination of both because last season was a low.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm ready to search whenever, by the way. But
That's fine. You go search.
I'm definitely like in a better mindset because I haven't had to play this godforsaken game for a long time. But like I'm also definitely rusty. So like we take the good with the bad. Like I'm in a better mood playing this game because I could deal with all the random bullshit.
Right.
But at the same time, I like am lost in some situations. Like my red zone offense was bad before. Like I could never score in the red zone aside from some random shit. But like now I'm like I have no idea what plays I'm calling. It's so bad.
Well, what I'm determined to do is I really just can't wait for 24 because I feel like I've had awful luck in this. Plus, it's my first full cycle, so I've not been that great. But I'm hoping that some of the bullshit is fixed next year. I guess that's the hope every year. Although
it won't be. I mean, some things might be better, but
damn it. But I want to.
I immediately thought of Marquette King.
With number 7?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to change his
Marquette
number.
King returning punts, dude. Like, what's wrong with you?
But I want to create my own playbook next year. I've just been sucking off Jeff's playbook for all 8 seasons.
I mean, usually what happens when I start is Jeff usually makes his playbook before I do. So what I do is I use his as a template, right? And I steal his early, and then I just like edit it because I know none of his stuff will be banned.
Right.
Defensively, I usually just throw every formation in there and then take out what I end up not using. Right. So I don't need his defensive playbook because it's not as like you can put every defensive play in the game in your playbook and it won't get too cluttered or weird. Like it's easier to find everything. With the amount of gun formations, like you don't know where everything is, it's confusing. It's offensively, it's impossible. But on defense, you can just throw shit in there and it works out.
Because I did try and mess around with a playbook, but I used it for 2 weeks and it was just the worst experience of my life. So I just stopped.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Brother.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Yeah, it definitely helps to have a playbook that's suited for your play style. I will say that.
There's plenty of run plays in here that work well. Cause, I mean, that's halfway the only thing I can really do, but
running is for chumps. Just kidding. running is for the playoffs for me. Otherwise, I don't really do it.
If I was better at passing it, I'd love to do it.
A tough spot here on their opening drive.
I get bored when I'm like running and throwing short, so I get like aggravated when I have to play smart.
Right.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
I'm too antsy. I like to just chuck it. Gets me in a lot of trouble. It usually works out.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair
catch. Really frustrating.
Sometimes it's just shocking to me that I thought I've read something properly and then someone I see just out of nowhere. Like sometimes I throw the dumb stuff that's like, wow, I just shouldn't have thrown that. But then other times it's like, well, this guy came out of nowhere.
Well, like you thought you made the right read and it just didn't work out kind of thing?
Yeah.
They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley.
I mean, depending on who it is, that like if you have somebody like with acrobat or like a ridiculous user, somebody that's like jumping 90 feet, then yes, that does happen. Like last week, like offensively struggling, defensively masterclass. I mean, Kevin Woodley was all over the place. It was ridiculous. I have acrobat on my user now, So not only does he jump for ridiculous things, but he also dives, and it's yeah, definitely that definitely happens with some things.
I'm very frustrated because of the past 2.5 seasons I've had Lurker on this linebacker. Not once has it lit up.
I mean, it depends on how you're using. I mean, again, I'm not, that was one play. Like,
no, I know, no. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, like
That's meant in general.
when you're behind players, like I noticed sometimes when you're using, or I mean, not that I watch every single one of your games because I don't, but like the few that I have seen you play and played against you, you spend less time strafing than I would. Like, I have a lot of times, like, for starters, my finger is always over the left trigger, not necessarily pressing it down, but I'm always ready to click the strafe button. Before I go for any interception, almost, I make sure that I square myself up and stare at the ball. Unless I, like, have to follow a route, and I'm, like, behind it, and I have to keep sprinting to get to the ball. But, like, in a situation where you're, like, coming back to the ball, or you want to make sure that your player's facing the ball, like, especially on those, like, it's not really a user play, but, like, on those one-on-one chuck-ups, and you want to get your defender to get his head around, like, the left trigger is very useful. And, like, I feel like when I've seen you play, you're not on it as often as I would probably recommend, which might be part of your issue. Yeah, especially when trying to trigger those lurker animations, it's very useful. Like, it's more important to be holding that left trigger and be in the passing lane than it is to be sticking to the receiver like glue. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Okay, that does help.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's got the first.
Like I just said, I don't run the ball. I ran the ball 4 straight times.
Run the ball 4 times.
See, when I'm trying to like talk and explain things, I don't think about what I'm doing. So like I kind of just call whatever plays and don't even think about them, and I just ended up running because I wasn't really paying attention.
So after 2 first downs,
it also helps to have Saquon where he can just do things for me. I don't have to worry about it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this up to
like, I look back on things that I know now that if I did them early in the cycle, I would have been, like, so much better off. Like, like, it took me so long. Like, I didn't freeform until Season 5.
Yeah, I still don't do that.
You know how easy it would have been to win earlier in the cycle games, being the one guy that was free? And it's not even hard. Like, if you have your, like, because it's not like it takes an incredible amount of skill to do it the way that most people in here are doing it, I believe. Like, you just set it to near, and you basically just use it as if you're pass leading.
Yeah.
And you don't really, like, it's not like you have to control much. Like, every now and again, you'll overthrow a ball, and it's like, whatever, you can't really control it. But, like, it's not like you're overthrowing passes left and right like you would expect. Like, it's literally like you're pass leading everything. I could hold the left stick as far as I want, and it can only go so far because I have the setting on near. And it's like, not even an issue. And, you still get the pass leads that you need, so it works out really well. So, like, but knowing that, like, I would have thought that I needed a lot more precision and control at the beginning of the cycle, so I wouldn't use it. So, like, if I had known how easy it was to use in the first 3 seasons, like, that would have made my life so much easier. I would have throw more passes that I wasn't able to throw. And throw out a sack, you can see it. Safety might have gotten to that one anyway, though.
It's incomplete. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful.
Also, like, I didn't know how to play press coverage until, like, the end of last season when Huss told me I was doing something wrong, which is ridiculous because press coverage should be press coverage. Yeah, it shouldn't be different based on the formation I'm in. EA, so.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I am hopeful that Madden 24 is better. At the very least, I get it 50% off, so take that, I guess.
For what? The bullcrap with the leagues in the early part? Maybe.
In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
He's got it. Touchdown.
But I don't even know if that, like, usually I get the $100 version because I'm a degenerate and I play MUT, and I want the game as early as possible. So I don't know if my discount will apply to that version of the game. But at the same time, it's probably just, like, not worth it to buy that version of the game because the game sucks. And I should stop giving EA money.
Yeah, I need to... I can't decide if I'm gonna get the next, or EA FC, whatever. Because I'd like to, especially if we decide to play pro clubs more, but at the same time, I don't want to like go down another hole of Ultimate Team and spend money.
That's what happens to me with 2K. Like I only play it, or I only get it so that I can play my career, and then like sometimes I'll get bored. I'm like,
spend $20, you can go up 8 overall.
But not even that. Like that's like, okay, yeah, that's stupid. But like sometimes I'll just be like, oh, let me just check out my team for a second, and then checking out my team for a second turns into playing my team a little bit. And I fucking hate my team. I suck at 2K when I'm playing with 5. Like I can control my one player. I don't know what the fuck is going on when I'm doing like a 5-on-5 kind of game where I'm controlling the whole team. I don't know how to run plays. I don't know how to do anything in that game. I am god awful.
It's just 2K. A fun basketball game. That's all it is to me.
Like I can, if I'm using one player, I'm good. Like I could play my career and I could help my team out, right? And I can be a useful teammate. But anything where I'm controlling the whole team, absolutely fucking not. I'm terrible. It's awful. FIFA is a little easier to be like decent at as long as you're not an idiot. But I don't know any like the advanced mechanics or anything at all whatsoever. It's pretty much the same thing. Like there's a reason I'm never a captain when we're playing pro clubs, right? I'm always like, you know, one of you guys can handle that. I could be a competent user, but that's about it. This fucker gets injured every damn game.
Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I would like to play FIFA again, though.
On fourth down, the punt team
we need, we could do this weekend. Oh,
yeah, I'm
what? Oh, don't do it to me.
I tried. I thought you were gonna commit. That's alright.
I have to stop doing that on defense in general. Fucking try and hit stick everybody.
I do the same thing. It's really frustrating. Like, you know, in the playoffs, I'm different. I do whatever to make sure that I'm winning and playing well. But like in the regular season, I'm hit sticking everybody. I don't fucking care. Like I'm not trying to be conservative. Like I don't click off ever. Like I hate when I'm playing against some, like it's one thing when I'm just like lazy and like the game's just over already and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna touch buttons. And then I'll let the CPU make tackles. But like if I'm like playing a game until I'm checked out.
That guy's not even supposed to be in the game. What are you doing?
Like until I'm checked out of the game, I'm trying to hit stick everybody. And I don't care if it costs me. Like it's just it's the fun way to play.
Right.
I care more about my enjoyment than, you know, winning every single interaction of this game. If I wanted to win every game, I would just run the ball, throw short, and not do anything stupid. But doing stupid things is fun.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up
that inside. Should have trusted the ball.
8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
So how about that blockbuster trade?
Yeah, I figured we could talk about it here, because I really have no idea what I want to do to this team. there's nothing I feel like I can do to it that I wouldn't have to get rid of something if we're doing a
it's the
blockbuster
same
trade.
for me. Like I have I mean, obviously you know that already. Like I have high caliber starters everywhere on my team, so it really
Right.
it doesn't make sense for me to make it traded.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
But at the same time, like fuck it, we won't.
Fuck it, it's last season. Yeah.
I've been trying to make a stupid trade for 3 seasons, and nobody will do anything with me. So
What do you
frustrating.
mean? What do you mean stupid trade?
Like last season, I offered. This wasn't just for Jamar Chase. It was just the only person I remember talking about. Like I offered. I don't know if you'll know the names of my players, but Matthews, Mathis, and like Elton Jenkins.
Oh, those 2 wide receivers and then yeah, Elton Jenkins.
Well, no, it's this receiver in the slot right now who's good. Elton Jenkins who's good. And Raheem Mathis is like a 90 overall superstar edge rusher that's 24.
From the red zone
Or
now,
he was 24 at the time. Oh, bad read.
and it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take
But he was like 24 at the time of me offering it. And it's not even like they just like, and I would offer that to the same trade to multiple people with receivers, and it just was not happening. Like I made a bad offer for George Pickens, and he just wouldn't accept it. And now he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Sparrow.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in.
brother.
That's inside the 5 of the
It's okay. It's okay. Even though he's X Factor, he's the absolute ass.
Yeah, another negative play in an
What
early
abilities you got on him?
situation. This one to start
Is he
the
route tech?
drive.
I think I have route tech on him,
When you're in second and long yardage.
but he's.
I
mean, he's I have slot-o-matic on him because he's a slot receiver. He's not a good receiver or anything. So
And he'll get this up
Oh, yeah, he's only going to be viable against man coverage.
And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
but man, I wish I drafted this guy earlier because this guy is fast as fuck, boy.
Oh, that receiver, yeah. I wish I didn't like neglect my my approach to team building this cycle was
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, not sure.
All right.
Saw the line.
I'm just trying to force it in. I didn't.
Yeah.
There's nothing open, and I don't want to get sacked.
Yeah,
Fine.
this is how Huss plays man coverage.
Uh-oh.
I finally learned in season 7.
I can't
Oh,
see
yeah,
the.
Cash Moolah.
I couldn't see the. I couldn't see the bottom of the kick meter because it was covered by the bottom of the scoreboard thing on the. Wow. Way to take advantage of the turnover. Yeah.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I don't even know if this X Factor works.
Inside handoff. And they went the wrong way.
Like, I think it does sometimes, but other times it just doesn't.
What is it? The one with the little spears?
It's a loss of 4.
Yeah, it's Vanguard.
What does it do?
I've never really thought that a lot of the X Factors were useful, so I wanted to try it. You're supposed to basically just maul the fuck out of anybody that you're blocking. And I decided, alright, let me put it on my tight end, because I'm not going to really use double me. So we'll see if he just absolutely obliterates people when he's blocking. But he's like he does, but he's a moron. So like, I put him like, like open flex close, he's at fullback essentially. And like in some other formations, he's like a lead blocker. And like sometimes he'll pick the right guy to block, and sometimes he'll lay them the fuck out. But other times he's just a moron,
ignores
so it
blocking.
doesn't matter.
Easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
I can get away.
Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Like with my team building, I really just like, I got their devs and I just neglected them after that,
As the drive goes back,
which
so he's
is
on the
fine.
way.
I just shouldn't have done it with everybody.
Last week as he
I
gets
did that with all my players.
What the fuck? Alright, check this out. Oh, fuck.
But because I did it with everybody, like I'm not gonna get route tech with McClendon, even though I've had him for like 6 seasons. Because I waited so long.
Oh.
So like it's not like he's not good. It's just like I should have been more. I should have used him for like, or I should have pushed him for an extra season. It also didn't help that he was normal for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So like he probably would have gotten it if he wasn't. Like I still should have gotten him there. Like I should have been able to get him there regardless of the issues that I faced earlier in the season or in the cycle. So we love holding penalties.
So that time they got the left
We
guard
don't.
with the hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that.
So like I could probably say that for like most of my players that I didn't really, develop them properly because I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get you done and then I'm gonna throw you to the curb, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is.
Ooh, what a pancake.
Also, I was more focused on just like doing whatever I wanted as opposed to like selling the house for unicorns every season.
Yeah.
So like like Marshawn Poole was cool. Like it was fun because he was a normal dev 65 cornerback that's now an X Factor. But he had 89 speed and he's now at 92 and he's only as good as he can be at 92 speed. He might be an X Factor, but like you got a 97 speed receiver, he'll run past him every now without even being good.
Please release the ball faster.
Like I'm just gonna go for Tariq Woolen-esque players only and develop them, and then there's just no reason to not do that.
Yeah.
Like why draft the X Factor with 90 speed when I could draft a star dev 99 speed player? It's like that guy's going to be better 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I wish I could look at it that way, but I can't develop people yet. So I'm hoping that I can change that in 24, but
Defensive play action. Oh my god, that guy was wide open.
On the left?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I know you rolled out right, but the wheel route was so open.
Wait, what a... Fuck!
He was my man assignment, and I followed the bootleg. I also need to stop doing that. I get myself in trouble a lot by usering guys in man coverage and then not following the guy I'm supposed to be usering.
I'm in trouble here.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot
That's a weird
receiver.
adjustment.
With only guys who catch the
Well,
Is that intentional?
it was because, well, no, I was trying to select the fullback, but I selected the running back on accident, because I picked a very weird play for a 3rd and 10. And so I needed to change it, but when I changed it, I clicked on the wrong receiver. Like I started to audible somebody else. I didn't think I was going to get the audible off in time.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore.
Like the pass guy or somebody else?
In the house, just plain old Eli Moore.
That's Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
He's not a superstar?
No.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
It's so sad. I've had him for like 5-6 seasons. Never gotten a breakout on him. But also, JB never got a breakout on him. I'm sure he wouldn't have traded him if he had.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to
I really want to use Anthony Richardson next season, but at the same time, I
So,
really want to
so-
use Jalen Hyatt.
their final possession of the first half.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Jalen Hyatt sounds fun.
Leave me alone. Block him. Jesus. He was like running right next to him for an eternity.
Let's see how this one continues. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively.
How mad is Jeff gonna be if you go in the same division?
Another incompletion.
Well, I already told him, like, I was like, hey, Jeff, you know, I don't really care which one you pick. If you go Houston or Indiana, or Indianapolis, not Indiana. You know what I meant. I'm just gonna take the other one, and you know, if you wanna adjust your team choice, then go for it. I was like, I'm okay with either team, so you know, you let me know.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken
Well,
down.
we'll see.
You don't think Huss is going one of those two?
I do not. And we've all talked about it, so we have general ideas of where people are going.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, y'all usually talk about that before the cycle begins.
You usually, like, you know, there's technically a draft order, but like we usually work out amongst ourselves where we're going beforehand. Like even if I have the first pick, like I'll be like, all right, I won't take X team because I know that you want them and it's fine, and I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Of course, we all have our own vetoes because like that's only fair. Like if the Lions were really good, like Detroit would get the Lions no matter what. Because he's a Lions fan. And same thing, like if the Giants had like the player for this cycle, like if the Giants drafted Anthony Richardson for whatever reason, like I have the Giants every single time if they're, you know, the team I want. And Jeff with the Saints, you know, like we have our own like things worked out.
Oh, he is a Saints fan. Okay.
Yeah, and Huss is Cardinals.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Any Panther discussions out there?
I think there was. I think Huss has the Panthers on his list, but I don't know if they're super high on the list or not.
I don't feel like
I don't remember. We
I
haven't
don't feel
discussed
like
it in a
past
minute.
the CC they would fall far enough if I don't pick high enough. Just sad, but
Yeah, I feel like we should have. Like, I don't think that everybody that's a legend right now is on the same tier. It's my own personal opinion. I feel like we should have, because there's so many legends now, I feel like there should maybe be like a separation between the legends or some kind of distinction. But I don't really know how to do that properly.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure we have like, our thing is like 20-ish legends deep, which is a lot.
So many. And then, what, 5, 6 CC members?
4. I think I was including the CC and how many legends we have, though.
Oh, okay. That's still a lot.
Yeah, no, it's and a whole third of our league, or 2/3 of our league is legends, at least, which is crazy.
Now a play fake here on first down.
I did not expect him to get that rat catch animation.
What's that? I wonder if Sparrow's coming back next year just because he joined back into the server.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really talked to him aside from when I asked if people wanted to play FIFA the other day, and he responded, and I was like, huh, I don't even know you were back in here.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
He's been gone for a while, and he joined back just last week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he wants to come back. Oh my god.
What the? Alright, that's another thing that I want changed in 24 is the animations that don't make
I didn't even press square on that one. I was trying to like blow up the block by like hit sticking, and he just dove at you.
And then he popped back up. Love it.
I love this game. But yeah, I don't know if he's coming back. Oh my god, I keep doing that. I'm not paying attention.
To get this drive started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied.
Okay, well, you should have gotten more yards out of that.
Really should have.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I just called the play, and I came out nickel. I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna get weak box. but I did not.
Adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Should have been.
Did Eddie leave? Because there's a new Denver user, right?
I don't know if he left. I think part of it was he was supposed like, I don't know, there was an issue with, oh my god. Cause like he was supposed to have Sparrow's pick.
Right.
Because Sparrow was going to be a legend. Which, A, didn't really mean much because there's 30 of us. And B, now that Sparrow is gone, like it's hard to give him Sparrow's pick. I suggested just give him a legend pick and call it a day. So we were talking about that, and I think Jeff said that was fine, but I don't remember anything happening after that.
He's going to look deep for more.
But I don't know if he left the server or not.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest when the guy with
Because to me it was like, well, there's so many. Well, and Eddie's a legend now, isn't he?
I have no idea. I should pay more attention to these things.
I think he's a legend now, so because that's why it. What the heck? That's why it was funny to me. It's just like, well, now they're both legends. What's happening if if Eddie gets a higher pick and then he has to trade it to Sparrow?
That would be kind of funny.
I guess if he's going now, he's going.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we had it worked out where Eddie would just get a legend pick. But,
oh no, he's veteran. Sorry, thought he was a legend.
Yeah, so I think
I
think Jeff at least talked to him about it, and they were just like, all right, we'll just give you a pick of the legend here. At least that's what I assume is happening.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Engel is going in today.
He's going ham. I keep calling cover 3.
Oh, it's not a bounce.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Oh, why does that momentum ability have to be on this one?
Which one?
The one where you can see the primary receiver routes. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite. Stupid. It's not as bad as last year's, where, I don't know if you remember, but there was one where if you scored a touch, or it's still in this one, but it doesn't happen as often. Last year it was very common, but it's like when you score a touchdown or get a turnover, every X factor that's on the field at that time lights up and is now active.
Please!
So like if I had just, like, after that play, whoever was an X factor on the field would now be lit up. So like I would like lose Freight Train, but then I'd score a touchdown and I'd just get Freight Train right back. And it was ridiculous. And I remember there was one Super Bowl last cycle against Dern where I scored first, and I didn't activate it yet, but I scored, I got an interception and scored, right? So I was up 14-0, which is like whatever, like shit happens, and you know our games can go either way every time. But the problem was in this particular Super Bowl, the momentum thing was the X factors. So keep in mind, I had gotten an interception and also a touchdown. So now every single X factor on my team was now lit up.
How late into the season was this, or the cycle was
this? This was the Super Bowl. This is like year 3 or 4, maybe.
Okay, so a decent amount of X factors probably on the team.
I had a decent amount after, like last year I was the Niners, so like I had
oh yeah
Trey Lance, and I think my running back was X factor by then because that takes one season at most. You call him.
They want to play this.
What the fuck?
It really hurts when you call specific plays like that, where I can literally know exactly what play you're running.
How did you know? Oh, because you can see the route. Okay, god damn it.
That's when it's really dangerous. When it's not like when it's like a formation where it's obvious where the red like eagle trips is one of my formations that I like to run. So if you have
just see that slant
if
over
I
the
see
middle.
a red route, I'll know almost any play that you're calling out of that formation.
Well, that's dumb because you know what the fuck, Nick Chubb. You know when it's a run too.
Yeah, no. It's really
if it
bad.
doesn't show a highlighted route, it's like, well, For one.
I can't believe he fumbled on that. He didn't even get hit hard.
Dude.
But yeah, anyway, oh no.
No way!
all my X factors were lit up, and like 3 minutes into the game, and I had at this point, I don't know if how long were you here last cycle? You might not remember him.
One season, the last season.
So I had first of all, I started with Kittle, right? So he was an X factor. I made Lance an X factor pretty fast. And then I got this guy, Jeremiah Monk, who was the bane of Jern's existence. He may as well have been Randy Moss. And like, not even just because of, the fact that he had doubled me that game, but like every single game we played, like he would just mossy living shit out of him every time, because he had this one midget cornerback named Elton Bird, who's 5'9", and he'd be on Monk, who was 6'3", every single matchup, no matter what, and it just didn't go well for him. But by the way, in the Super Bowl, he was a Super Bowl MVP with 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Or it might not have been that one, but it was one of them. One of the Super Bowls that he was in, he was the Super Bowl MVP as a receiver, which I think is really funny. But all my X factors are active, so I now have Kittle with double me. I have Lance, who had whatever the hell he had, probably a bazooka is what I was running, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Monk as my third one. And then on defense, I had Bosa still at this time, because I hadn't traded him yet.
Pick up the ball!
Yeah, I deserve that.
That's why you hit
Bosa
stick.
and Fred Warner, and probably somebody else. I think I might have had Tavarius Moore at X Factor by then, which is a weird name to have at X Factor, but he was there. But so I had my X Factors lit up, and they were all useful ones and good, and it was not good. It was bad.
Poor guy.
I think it's okay. He's got enough Super Bowls. I mean, so do I.
He does now.
Well, he did last cycle too.
What do you have? Two?
We split last cycle.
Oh, okay.
I had like, or we didn't. So it was 8 seasons, right? I think I won 3 and he won 3, and then Huss and Jeff each had 1.
Oh, okay. He definitely has enough this cycle. Good lord.
I should have 2 right now. I'm sad.
Honestly, he should have enough. Or was it you that played Snapple?
Yes, I played Snapple. I should have won that one.
Oh.
But I played Snapple one of the times. I didn't play in his other Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl.
He beat Jern. Okay, so both of y'all should have at least +1. He's good, but I don't think he's better than y'all, right?
Yeah, I would think he's good. I wouldn't say he's better than me. I don't think he's beaten me outside of that one game, which is unfortunate. But like, it's not like he played poorly in that game at all. Like, he played well enough to win. My problem was, it was a close back and forth game, and we were both playing well. And then he threw what should have been a pick 6 to end the game, and my linebacker just did not jump on a flat route that I sprinted out to, and it was very upsetting.
God.
And I lost because of that. And what makes it even worse is that the week before, in the conference round against Dallas, literally I called the same defensive play, and Snapple called the same offensive play that Dallas called. It was literally the same exact situation. I called a man blitz, and I sprinted out to the flat. The exact same play, except against Dallas, he jumped and got a pick 6. But in the Super Bowl, this fucker didn't jump. And I lost. And it was sad. And then, Jern beat me in the second season for sure. Like, I shouldn't have won that game. Jern outplayed me, whatever. The last season, the one that I lost, with the fucking dropped user interception again, I think I should have won that one. Not that, like, the game would have been over if I caught that one, because there was still plenty of time. I just think, up a score with ball late-ish in the game, I would have been able to seal it.
Right. I remember commentating that one with
That one was frustrating. Because he threw it right at my user, and it was a cornerback, no less. It wasn't like I didn't animate or anything. He just dropped it, and I was like, oh, well, that's really frustrating. And then, again, I still had a chance to win that game. Right? Like, I was going down the field, and then fucking, I think Myles Garrett sacked me, and then I had a fourth down, and I threw it up in one-on-one, and I dropped it. Normally, I catch those, as you've seen many times. But it is what it is. You like that sometimes.
Following the pickup of 4.
Hopefully I win one before the cycle ends. I really only have this here. That's it. So. But the way that I'm playing these days doesn't look like it's going to happen. Unless I win on the back of my defense.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Although I don't think I can do that against Stern. I think he's going to dice up any defense he plays against. He's a good player.
It's like watching an artist. Because I'm already not good at defending, and I feel absolutely helpless playing against him.
Yeah, it's weird because like I feel like our games go strangely because like it's either a 60 to 50 something shootout, and like any time one of us can't score, neither can the other, which makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Because you would think that, like, you know, if our games are normally a shootout, right, and then, like, I can't score for whatever reason, and then for some reason he also now can't score in this game, which makes no sense. You would think that, you know, if our games are typically a shootout, and one of us isn't scoring one game, that the other one would just easily win.
Right.
But that never happens. And it makes no sense to me. Like, we have not had a blowout game. We have one this entire cycle. And it was me playing against him in year 3. And that was when we both drafted our rookie quarterbacks. So, like, it wasn't really a game. It was just fucking, you know. Oh, nice play. It was whose quarterback can not suck less. And mine happened to have a good game. And his didn't. Like, that was it. That was that game. The whole time. It also didn't help. Like, he was used to having an X-Factor quarterback. He had Brady, right, with Fearless. And he went from Fearless to not having Fearless, and he had to deal with Thibodeau, whereas this season, you know, I'd been playing against these elite edge rushers without having Fearless for 3 straight seasons, so I was used to it, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So that gave me a huge advantage.
I haven't, no. I shouldn't have traded Deshaun Watson. Because Jern keeps telling me, he's like, I hate to say it, but that was probably one of the better trades you've made. He was like, I didn't want him, but you gave him a lot of money, but it was kind of okay. But I was like, well, what if I get a breakout game with this guy? I was just bored with Deshaun. But I probably stood a better chance with him.
Yeah, I mean, Fearless is huge. It's probably the most underrated ability that you can get as an X-Factor.
Yeah.
Ever
since I've not had him.
Or whatever being the best. But.
Right. Ever since I've not had him, it's not been the same kind of throwing. Like, that was when I was, like, slowly getting better at throwing the ball. And then I went to Webster, and it's been disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, getting rid of that extra velocity and Fearless and all those other things that comes with an X-Factor is really tough. Especially when you're used to having it. It's one thing when you're not used to it. Like, I was fine with Daniel Jones for a couple seasons because, you know, that's how I was playing. But the second I got Gunslinger, I could not go back. It just would not work. Also, I can't believe I almost won the Super Bowl with Daniel Jones in the first season. And then I can't believe I failed. Because I didn't get, like, you would expect the reason for me to have lost the Super Bowl in the first year to be that, you know, whatever, Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones, I can't win with Daniel Jones, fine. But that wasn't why. Daniel Jones was fucking dicing when I was using him. He was a fucking god. Like, it was weird. It was because my fucking defender didn't jump. Like, that's why I lost. It's so sad.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards the game there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Not much on that rush.
As soon as I got that first breakout game for Webster last season, I DM'd Sparrow, and I was like, I don't think I can do it. And he was like, well, just do this and this and this. I was like, okay, cool. And it went.
Who'd you do it against?
It was against. Who was the first one against? It was against some. Oh, it was against the Falcons.
Okay. Oh, wasn't it going well at first? I feel like I remember this.
No, that was the second one. So this one was over in the first quarter. I threw 2 picks and it was done.
Okay.
And I was pretty pissed. I just played the rest of the game, whatever. I didn't care about winning. And then the second one was against A-Rod, and it was going so well. It was such a beautiful game. The best game I played this entire cycle. 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns within the first 3 quarters. I just needed one more in the last quarter. I hadn't thrown a pick yet. And then I throw back-to-back picks on drives, and then A-Rod starts on his bullshit, and I was really mad, so I was just over it.
Yeah, I do remember this. That's unfortunate. Whenever I get quarterback breakouts, I go for rushing touchdowns. That's what I did with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, like I knew I didn't need to have it in the air. Oh, throw the ball. I know I didn't need to have it in the air a lot. I just needed to run it, score, and then run it more. So I don't throw picks. But
still a lot of time left to make something.
Yeah, I mean it's easier said than done, of course. But like I would be, you know, it depends on who you're playing against too. Like, you know, if you're playing against the wrong person, you're fucked.
Right.
But like when I had it, I was just like, all right, let me just.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Let me just, you know, be conservative. Take my time, and you know, when I get in the red zone, instead of forcing a pass, I'm going to do anything I can to run the ball into the end zone with my quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And then Daniel Jones became an X Factor, and then he was dumped off to become Andrew McClendon.
See? I hate it! Ugh, I should have high lobbed it. Whatever, the L1. God damn it.
I wish I drafted this dude in the fucking first season. Braxton Kirkland is like the craziest player I've drafted in a minute.
Oh, that's the safety. That's the safety, right?
Yeah, not Kevin Woodley. He's a different guy. I traded for him from the Bills. But
I remember
the safety.
I remember highlighting Kirkland a lot whenever I was doing that.
Yeah, when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
I drafted him and the other guy in the same draft class, except the other guy just was nowhere near as he was. Kirkland was drafted as a normal,
right.
And he was not supposed to be the good one. Hayes was supposed to be the good one, but Kirkland was just a god. Like, I drafted him at like 88 speed. He was 6'3", normal, 21 years old. So I was like, all right, he looks good because he had like 87 hit power or something. Like, sure, I'll use him. And I started him and the other rookie at safety that season. But Kirkland was fucking nasty. And for whatever reason, whenever I used him, I would get picked. And whenever I would use Hayes, I would just not be near the ball. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just manage. And then he was like Defensive Player of the Year or some shit. I was like, all right, that's cool. He definitely won D-Roy. I know he got boosted for that. But, like, he was a monster. And he went from like 88 speed and like good hit power and pretty solid to now a 90 overall X Factor with like 92 speed. He's got more speed boost than anybody else on my team this cycle.
That's crazy.
So he is fucking cracked.
That's how I feel about the about geriatric. He was probably the second best corner in that class. Well, because Bill Banks was a superstar, and I drafted this guy before him, and then he got him. But he should have been so much better than he is. He's so mediocre. Like, there was a play against Snapple last week where It was just a corner route to the end zone, and Jerry was there, and all he had to do was like have a catching animation to like go forward a little bit, not like an acrobatic animation, but just like a a little. Oh, I thought I was gonna get out of that. But all he had to do was make a little catching animation, and he just stood there. He just stood there. But that's not the only time he's done that.
Yeah, the DBs being useless. I really cannot wait for this game to be like. I understand that it sounds dumb that I say it, but I'm really not an offensive player in Madden. I never have been, and I never really will be. Like, my skill in terms of offense primarily has always been because I could force turnovers and score more points, not because I'm really a high-powered offensive player, but because I'm good enough at defense where I can outscore people. But like that's always been my play style, has been turning the ball over less than my opponent, not like conservatively turning the ball over less and not making, like I chuck the ball downfield. I just don't turn the ball over when I'm doing it usually. And that's always been my thing. But recently, Madden's been an offensive game, so it's difficult to do what I want to do. Because like I like a defensive Madden game. Like I prefer to be able to play really good defense and keep my opponents from scoring. And even in a defensive game, I'll still score my points. Like it happens. I'm not like useless on offense. That's not what I'm saying. But, like I've always preferred to have a defensive game and be a defensive player because I feel like it's more fun that way, personally. And I cannot wait for the day that Madden goes back to that because I will never lose again. I'm like so sad. Like when linebackers used to jump and you used to not be able to throw these risky passes with gunslinger and all this crap. I'm going to use it while it's in the game because I have to. But like if I could not have it, oh my god, it would be the greatest thing ever. It's like there is nothing I like more than fucking defensive, like amazingly good defensive games.
That's bad.
Very lucky to get that one back.
Touchdown. You fucking Mario.
Incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one. That is not
one day I will get my wish.
I feel like
have a good defensive game.
I feel like it would have been so fun to I feel like it would have been so fun to have played the older Maddens, like 17, 18.
Yeah, I wish I was
even
in
19
earlier.
Right.
Yeah, anything 20 and earlier, I really enjoyed. Like 20 was weird. Like that was the introduction of abilities, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But I also liked it. Like it was really, really bad. Like if you had Enforcer, it was a fumble like 90% of the time. Like it was a terrible fucking game. Don't get me wrong. But it was also really fun. Like, I know how shit the game was, but I did have a lot of fun playing it. So I didn't mind. But like, anything past 20 was like a shit show. Like 21 was ass, 22 was ass, 23 is ass. I mean, fucking Madden 22, I might have won a lot, but like, my fucking team got Thanos snapped like 3 times. You weren't there for that. Because it was earlier in the cycle, but like my team would just like they would disappear.
What?
Not like, oh well, they're not playing well in the second half. Like no, there was no players on the field. They were literally gone.
So wait, was it like was it like 11 versus like 4? Or are you just saying like it's subbed
0. There was no one on my team.
Huh?
Like, if you look at my Twitter and search Thanos. You'll find it.
I'm gonna do that after this game. Holy shit!
And it happened multiple times.
In 22?
Yeah.
How does EA continue to put these games out?
Like, and it didn't happen like all the time, right? I mean, also this year I completely forgot about it, but like games weren't saving at the beginning of the cycle. Like, how are these things happening? Like it's absurd.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it in gear.
I thought I could fit that more to the left.
I need to remember. I need to remember not to click on, because that probably would have been fine if I hadn't clicked on. But
I should have just freeformed it to the outside. I just didn't avoid the safety enough.
Indeed means action. Exactly. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Is Levy good? Who is that? I didn't even know you had a superstar.
He's okay. So I was trading. Oh, I don't remember how I got him. I traded with. Oh my god.
You almost sacked me too. You're right there.
I got it from Gio, I think. God, I don't remember actually, but he was only like 74 overall whenever I got him. He's like 82 now. But it was towards the end of season 6, I think. So it's been a nice little development for just 2 seasons, but I have and then I won that X Factor cornerback in the lottery thing, but I mean, he's 67 overall, so there's nothing to do with him. I think he's like 74 now, but now he broke his collarbone, so nothing to do. No.
When did you get? Was that this season or last one?
It was the beginning of season 7.
Gotcha.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
No! I cannot believe you got that off like that. Holy crap.
I thought he was going to miss under pressure.
You should have! It's a bullshit throw.
He's just the greatest, dude. He's actually awful. I hate him. I hate him so much. He's so bad. He's cost me many games before.
They'll look to throw.
Oh.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
that should not be happening.
Xavier Levy has 6 tackles, though. That's also not kind of good. Sounds like he's getting beat in the coverage and then going for the tackle.
The amount of, like, insane interceptions I've thrown this cycle is disgusting.
And no chance to get away as they'll get
Like, you should, like, last season, I was playing Dallas. I called a wide receiver screen. And when I tell you that man overthrew the ball by 10 yards directly to a cornerback, I mean, god damn, it was bad. I have not called that play since. It might have been the worst I've ever seen.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Accurate, good job.
A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I love that audible call. COVID-19!
Back to throw here. He's going to look deep.
Oh no, he's not fast enough. And you're too tall. Good lord, he's tall.
He's massive. Dude is 6'3".
Oh, it's Kirkland! Oh my god.
He's 6'3", like 91 speed at safety.
A little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about
cycle as opposed to speed, just because I wanted to test it. So like all my corners are like 6'2", but they're like 92 speed. Luckily Rhodes has gotten a lot of speed boost actually, so he's now 94, so he's at least useful. But like my other corners are slow. Safeties are fine, like they don't need to be super, like 91 speed is fast for a safety.
Right.
Like that's okay. But like my other players should be faster.
Well, I don't. Whoever had Trayvon Merrick,
I did.
You had him? Why did you have him at corner?
I don't think I did that.
Oh.
I did have him at a point, but
Well,
also,
I
wouldn't have
mean,
changed his position.
before he went to free agency this year.
Yeah, then that was me.
Oh, you had him at
I
corner.
had him way before. I had him years ago.
Oh, so someone else had him at corner.
hmm
Okay. I think that was
I played him. I did play
guess
him
it
in the
was Jeff.
slot, but he was like safety and slot corner. Like
yeah. That's what I have him doing right now. Well, he's safety, and then he'll come in the slot if well, yeah, no, the X Factor cornerback is injured, so yeah, he'll go into the slot. But I mean, yeah, he's like 91 speed, just like could be better, but I mean, for a safety,
yeah. It wasn't as big of a problem earlier in the cycle, but like it's the
Nowadays.
oversaturation of fast receivers in the draft classes without fast corners is so bad.
right?
And not having not prioritizing the super fast. Like Webster should have been the first cornerback taken in this class. Purely, like I don't care if he's normal. It doesn't matter. I'll make him superstar. Like I should have drafted him first because it would have been smarter. Not that I drafted a corner in that draft class. I'm just logically, like speaking, like he should have been the first corner taken because I mean, assuming that you can develop your corners, which I haven't had a problem with this cycle, because it's just send a cornerback blitz, call it a day, and it's great. That's how I developed every single one of my cornerbacks, and it's worked perfectly, which is stupid, but that's beside the point. But like, you know, you just draft a fast guy because it doesn't matter. The rest of the shit doesn't matter. It means nothing. I don't care if you drafted him at X Factor. If he's got 90 speed, he's got 90 speed.
Booty, yeah.
And like I said, I wanted to test like early in the cycle. I was like, all right, and even now, like speed isn't as big as it has been in years past. Like Andrew McClendon does not run past every single corner as he probably should when they're pressed up on him. And like I don't get beat every single time when I'm pressed up on a faster receiver like I probably should at sometimes. So like it's not a huge deal, but I'm allowing it to happen to myself when it does happen, which is stupid. Especially when like I know that the other people that I'm going to compete against for, you know, the important games, they have those things. Like Jern has Anthony Schwartz. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't be preparing for like my regular run-of-the-mill games. I should be preparing for those games every season. And I did not prepare myself. Like this is the same thing going back to like unicorns. I should just build unicorns and not worry about any other players. It's just it doesn't matter at this point. Like, there's no reason I should worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, get Marshawn Poole, make him an X Factor, make him useful to somebody else, and go trade for a star dev 97 speed corner and make him good. Like,
Right.
That's what I should have done. But I was too emotionally attached to my players, and I didn't.
No, I am too. Even like early on in the cycle, I was like, oh,
Yeah, I shouldn't attach myself to as many players as I do. Like there are some players that I just won't trade, even if it makes sense. Like I was never gonna trade Marshawn Poole. I was never gonna trade Rhodes unless I got a ridiculous offer. McClendon was never moving. Obviously Metcalf, but that just wouldn't have made sense to trade my 90 plus X Factor quarterback. That would just be stupid.
right.
Saquon I would have traded just because he's a running back, so fuck him. He doesn't matter. Obviously he's really good, but I mean, who the fuck cares? Thibodeau was never moving. That was never going to happen. Even in times when it made a lot of sense to trade him. But like that also, you know, bites me in the ass that I don't do it. Because it could have gotten more valuable things that would have been better. I would have been better off with.
On 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play.
But next year I will just not attach myself to any players, and I'm just gonna go fucking. I'll pick somebody to attach myself to, but outside of that,
He'll look to throw.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do that when I have a guy named Barbecue Briscoe. I can't can't not be attached to that guy. I've grown less attached to Jerry.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I need to be better at not attaching myself to players. and I'm just gonna,
Left hash, this from 46.
especially like that. I've been getting disrespected, and I'm like, I don't like. I was fine taking a back seat this cycle, because I don't care as much as I once did about winning games. Obviously, I want to win, right? I'm not.
But now
not
everyone's
gonna lie.
like, "Wow, you should have won! Wow, what are you doing?"
And people are like, "Wow, you suck, dude. You fell off." I'm like, dude, I'm just as good as I've always been. I just don't care as much. And then people are still talking. I'm like, all right, fine. We'll see soon. Like I'm going. I gotta figure out real life shit first. When I get a job, whatever, right? Just graduated, gotta do that stuff. But
Right.
once I get that settled, I don't fuck. Madden is priority number 2. Like,
Right.
I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have other shit to do. Like I can spend all my free time on this game. If people want to keep shit talking me up, I'm going in. Like I'll do whatever. I don't care.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's
Dude, Amir Hayes is the worst. This guy should never be on my football field ever again.
back to throw now on first down.
Horse
Ricky
collar?
Mathis
Horse
has been
collar?
going crazy this season. Yeah, no, that was a horse collar. I don't know. Thibodeau hasn't been doing much, but Mathis is going fucking nuts.
Ow.
Actually, I say that. Thibodeau had like 5 sacks last week.
Around the 13.
What the hell?
The Raiders going to use one
Yeah, my
more
bad.
timeout.
I forgot about that too.
As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Dude's kind of nuts.
Couple here, 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake. As he set up to throw.
Damn.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds.
Wanted a sack at least. Not that it really matters. Stats don't do anything for me at this point.
Field, it brings up 3rd down.
All my players are already X Factor, Superstar, or whatever.
They need
Yeah.
to get that first down and either get out of bounds or
must be
maybe
nice.
use one of those timeouts.
It is nice.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down.
Except for
that
fucking
leaves
Amir
them
Hayes,
standing
this
up here
stupid
with a
bitch can't get a
3rd
breakout
and
for his
8.
life. Or an end of year bump.
Felt that. What the fuck, Webster?
Really expecting you to choose the other slant.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here.
But like I just drafted. I wasn't even at the draft, but I had safeties on my draft board. I was just praying that I would just happen to get a superstar safety so I could bench his ass, but I didn't. So for now, he's still my starter.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
What?
This is intercepted, and that should do
Press the
it.
wrong button. Triangle was a little bit more open.
And the Giants come up with a late
I didn't see who
turnover.
triangle was.
It will probably only matter to the
Kevin Woodley continues his
statisticians
streak.
as this ball game is now officially over.
Why are we still in the game? In the game. What the heck?
It's a win
I don't know, that was
for the
weird.
Giants, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
I do hope the next year is better, but I doubt it. CA. Terrible company.
Had 4 touchdown passes and was clearly prepared.
Wait, so did you have to restart the game whenever you got Thanos snapped?
So for the Giants,
Depends.
it's an ideal
Because I see
Are
some
you-
that's like new link after my team was Thanos snapped away.
They'll return home next week.
Yeah, like if it happened early enough in the game, I would just restart the game,
Meanwhile, from Las Vegas, they'll
which is fine. I mean, it depended on the day,
get back in the winning
but then
column
sometimes
next
I'd be
week
up
as
like
they head to Philly
a lot
to face off
as
with
it
the
happens.
Eagles.
So in that case, I just get force plan.
Oh
It
my
was-
gosh, I see. What
It was an
the heck?
experience. My team would just fucking disappear. Apparently, it had to do with some playbook issues, and then eventually I fixed it. But like, why does my playbook make my team disappear? It's so dumb. This game's terrible. Oh man, Jack Tatum has a torn labrum. He'll be out for 4 weeks. Hate to see it. Who do I play the next time? Play Bryce, Detroit, Arizona, and then Dallas.
I would be so upset if I saw this.
It was like funny the first time, and then like it happened again. It was like kind of funny again, and then like it happened
It
again,
kept
and I was
happening.
like, this is not funny anymore, and I'm no longer laughing.
Wait,
I
so
have a really easy
when you
schedule
hike
this season.
when you hike the ball, is it just throw it backwards? that what
Not
I just
always.
saw?
I mean, that happened one time, I think. It did let me snap the ball once. But after that, I just couldn't do anything. I was just sitting there.
That was brutal.
Also, it happened to me a couple times on defense. It was just weird. My team would just fucking... I don't know. They were snapped out of existence, man. I don't know what to do about it. Like, alright, sure.
Whatever.
Like, I can't really do anything about it now. If he was gone, what am I supposed to do? So about this trade.
I mean, what do you want to trade?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I really don't. Who are you trying to trade away? I kind of want a fun receiver if you have one.
The only fun receiver I have is this guy I just drafted, I guess. I mean, if you want the X Factor.
Nah, I don't need him. I already have him except 6 inches taller. So.
Oh, do you still have Jern?
I do have Jern.
What do you want for Jern? I kind of want Jern. Do you want Senior Junior the third?
That's actually really funny. That'd be such a stupid trade.
Wait, what overall is Jern? He's X Factor though, right?
No, he's only a star.
Oh, okay.
I should have made him an X Factor. That'd be funny.
That would have been way funnier if you got him to X
He's
Factor.
an 80. Should I could try.
That'd be funny because I think.
Can you imagine? I'm just running around with a 5'8", 84, 84 speed now. He got 2 speed boosts. What a waste of speed boosts. I could start him next week. That'd be funny. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want from Brockers?
Brockers?
The guy who's basically Marquette King.
Send Jern.
Yeah, Jern from Brockers. I don't think that's gonna get approved.
Probably not.
Oh wait, actually, low key, but it's technically not approval.
Is it? Why?
I think so, because they're neither one of them are a superstar, are they? Oh,
but
wait,
no,
never mind. Your guy's a rookie.
Well, and they can't. No, I think it has to be star now, right?
I don't know the updated trade rules, man. But your guy's a rookie anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or was he a first round pick, actually? What round was he in?
Yeah, he's first round pick. Holy
Yeah,
shit, geriatric. Now is not the time to get +3 press and +3 man coverage.
A little late for that, buddy. I don't even know what the updated trade rules are, man.
Neither does the trade committee. It's okay. Oh wait, I should probably stop streaming before I say that.